Conti. So like Ms. Conti said, we just wanted to get you guys here to congratulate you. You guys did it, top 10 during a pandemic, which was very, very difficult, and we understand that. And without further ado, I know we took most of your time, I would like to bring Mr. Corey Hackett-Greene. Corey Hackett is an agent of change, his purpose architect, social entrepreneur, youth mentor, and most importantly, a man of God. He is a native of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, known for his work ethic, admirable personality, ability to motivate, and desire to be a lifelong learner. In May of 2017, he graduated from Virginia Tech with his Bachelor of Arts in Economics while running track and field and pledging Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. After graduating, he relocated back to the Philadelphia area in hopes of discovering his professional passion and a fulfilling career after leaving Blacksburg, Virginia. Undecided on what direction he would take his first step in his life's journey, in returning home, Corey was met by numerous life-changing challenges, which would eventually lead to the shaping of the man he has become today. His promising yet unstable work environment in the moving industry drove him deep into a substantial amount of debt after grafting to a sole vision with poor execution. As his financial status rapidly vanished, so did the quality of his emotional and mental well-being in watching both his grandmother and great-aunt slowly deteriorate from dementia. Unexpectedly, in what seemed to be an unescapable pit of darkness, he found the source of life, and inside of him was birthed a new sense of purpose. The unraveling of this purpose began with short stints as a Lyft driver and a part-time kickboxing trainer. Although seeming to have little correlation with the perceived expectation from others on his life, it gave him enough stability and flexibility to cultivate his speaking gift while simultaneously allowing him to expand his modeling, social influence, and philanthropic efforts. Since 2019, Corey has partnered with companies such as Procter & Gamble, Crest, Intercontinental Hotels and Resorts, in addition to remaining active in his local community as a youth mentor. We welcome Corey.
Thank you. First and foremost, I just want to thank the faculty and staff today for this amazing opportunity. Today is not something that I take lightly by any means, so I greatly appreciate your contribution to each and every single student that you have been able to invest in this year. This year has been one that has been completely abnormal, but you all have done something magnificent for these students. So for the faculty and staff, round of applause for them, please. For the parents, these are your kids, these are your babies. I know they're getting old, they're getting up there in age, but without you, they would not be here today. So make sure that you celebrate yourself as well. And the grandparents too, I got you. And for the students, take this moment right now to look at your parents, because this is one of the only times you might be able to do this, and tell them that I've done something that you've never done before. You all have graduated high school during a pandemic. I've never even heard of the word pandemic before last year, but here we are. We have made it through it. We are coming out of it. But students, celebrate yourself today. Once again, my name is Corey Hackett-Greene. I am 27 years old from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am super excited to be here with you all today. But because we have a small amount of time and I know you all want to celebrate today, I came to talk to you about just three things today, three things that I want to talk to you about today. And that is a seed, that is rain, and that is sunshine. A seed, rain, and sunshine. Three very simplistic things, but three things that are very, very important, which are going to be instrumental as you are taking the next step of your journey. Whether you are going to college, whether you are going to work, or whether or not you are going to take the time that you need to in order to truly discover what it is that you want to do, this next season of your life is very, very important. And I want to make sure that you have everything that you need in order to make sure that you do so successfully. So we're going to start with the seed. The seed is very, very important, and we all know about seeds. They are very, very small things, but in the right climate, in the right weather, in the right temperature, with the right kind of ground, the seed has the capability of becoming a tree. It has the capability of becoming a tree. But each and every single one of you has a seed within you. That seed is called purpose, which is very, very important because each and every one of you in here today, parents included, faculty and staff included, has something within you that this world needs. That is that seed. It is your obligation and your responsibility to be able to discover what that is. Students, you have visions, you have dreams, you have things that you think about day in and day out that you want to commit your lives to. And these things are very, very important because the world needs it. And you also have the gifts and the talents and the abilities when you discover that and when you mesh those things together, the ability to change the world in a way that only you can. So please, after you take this time to celebrate today, discover what your seed is because the world needs it. But it's not only important to be able to discover what that seed is, it is your obligation and your responsibility not only to yourself, but to your family members who have sacrificed so much for you today, for the faculty and staff, and those who have poured countless hours and time and effort and energy that has been seen and unseen to be able to take that dream and to cultivate it. See, when you find a seed, it is very important that you make sure that you give it exactly what it needs in order to be able to become a tree. Now, a seed has the potential to become a tree, but it takes work to get there. So potential is just not good enough. It's nice to know what you can do, but we want to see what you can do. And that requires work. So when you discover what that is, you have to create habits, a lifestyle that allows you to be able to groom and cultivate and develop that seed. Whether it is reading more books. I know personally, after I graduated high school, I didn't want to see another book. But I know that being able to expand my mind and to take the opportunities to truly just invest in exactly what it is that I love, the things that I dream about, and the things that wake me up every single night, and I know that I have to do, I have to educate myself about that. So learning is a lifelong process. That doesn't stop just because you have graduated today. It is going to happen continuously. So you always have to make sure that you are always putting yourself in a position where you can learn. You also have the obligation and the responsibility to activate those gifts, so use them. After you educate yourself, go do something that you love. Do something that interests you and continue to build on top of that. These are the ways in which you begin to develop self-confidence because quite frankly, as soon as you leave this building today, it is going to get challenging for you. And the part that a lot of people don't tell you is you have the potential to become your own worst enemy. So every single morning that you wake up, you should be telling yourself that you are capable, you are a leader, it is possible. And anything that you put your mind to, I guarantee that you can do it, but you need to tell yourself first because you cannot wait for other people to believe something that you have yet to believe yourself. And lastly, you have to protect that seed because as you begin to discover exactly what it is that you want to do with your life, we got haters. That's a part of life that does not change because you graduate high school. People will hate on you. They will talk down on you. They will smile in your face telling you, you can do it, you can do it. And the meanwhile, they ain't really got it like that. They ain't built like that. And this is something that we all experience, but it is so common because once again, when we have dreams and we have purpose and we have vision, we start to realize these things and we start to express that. And other people seem to get insecure when you find out about yourself.
Preach it, brother.
It blows my mind that once you find yourself, that it starts to expose other people. And when people don't deal with the mirror, they try to deal with you. So always remember that when you discover this seed, that you take care of it, that you cultivate it, you invest in it, and most importantly, you protect it because it is yours. You do not have another seed. This is the only seed that you have. So you better make sure that you take care of it and use it to the best of your ability. But we all know that seeds need rain. They need rain in order to be able to grow. They need water. That is very important. And the fascinating thing about rain is the fact that a lot of us don't like it, but we need it. Have you ever gone outside and you had plans for an amazing day, and then you peek out that window and those clouds is gray outside? I thought I was going to do. No, you weren't. Not today. So you have to change your plans. And each and every single one of you experienced a change in plans this past year, where you thought you were going to have a normal school year, but quite frankly, that was not the case. But the good thing about rain is that it builds character. See, when things happen that are outside of our control, it truly tests exactly who you think you are. But the things that we go through expose our flaws and the characteristics that we thought we were developing, but we quite frankly haven't done thus far, but we still need to work on. So be grateful for rain. Be grateful for the things that you are going to experience, because trials and tribulations do not stop after high school. I guarantee you that you will experience more of that. But it builds character. It helps you stand on a strong foundation that will allow you to be able to take care of your seed, because these things are going to happen regardless, but we have to be okay with that. But the best thing about rain is that it doesn't last forever, because to everything there is a season. There are going to be seasons of rain, but what are the experiences that you are gaining from going through the things that you have to go through regardless? Because there are problems that people try to go around, and it doesn't always work that way. There are things that you are going to have to go through, and they are best for you. Because once you get to the next point of your life, you will understand every single thing that you experienced prior to that, and it will allow you to become the best version of yourself. But like I said, to everything there is a season, because today is a day of sunshine. It was 90 degrees out there. Quite frankly, I'm still sweating. But it was a blessing to be able to see you all today celebrating, and to be in a position in which you were able to experience something during a pandemic that no one else has ever been able to experience before. You graduated high school today. That is a monumental experience. So sunshine is very, very important. Sunshine is very, very important. But the thing about too much sunshine, and just like too much rain, is not good for you. So I encourage you all today to celebrate tonight, because it is very, very important, and take the rest of this summer to celebrate. But if you celebrate too much, you get complacent. And complacency is not a good thing for any of us, because there is always something that we can be building on or building towards in order to become the next best version of ourselves for whatever the next thing that life has for us. So it is very, very important to make sure that we utilize this time right now to celebrate, but don't celebrate too much. Because the thing about the sun is that it always sets. Once again, going back to that seed, this is something that each and every single one of you has inside of you. You have the obligation and responsibility to yourself to take your God-given gifts, talents, and abilities, to cultivate them, to protect them, to understand that as you begin to work forward in using them and going about it each and every single day to do the things that you love and the things that you enjoy, that you are going to face things that are going to try and stop you, people that are going to try and stop you, circumstances that are going to try and stop you, but you must press on. The world needs it. You need it. You need to discover the best version of yourself. There are plenty of other people out here that try to replicate individuals. There's nothing but copies outside. But each and every single one of you is unique. Remember that. And you have the ability to tell yourself that it is possible. When you look in that mirror, you say, I can do this. I did this. I did something during a pandemic that my mama didn't do, that my father didn't do, that my grandparents didn't do. I'm built different. Yeah. You got to feel that, and you got to recognize that, and you have to understand that. Because one day when that sun sets, you do not want to be in a position where you ask yourself, what if? Too many people have asked themselves, what if? What if I went to college? What if I had gotten that job? What if I stepped out on faith and did exactly what I know I wanted to do, but I let someone speak ill towards me or speak down on what I know I truly love to do? You do never want to find yourself in that position where you are asking what if. So I encourage each and every single one of you today, parents included, take an opportunity to truly discover what it is that wakes you up, that keeps you awake at night, that you can't get off of your mind. No matter where you start, you have the ability, if you wake up, to go and work towards that. Because every day that you wake up, you have a chance, a second chance, to either correct the wrong that you did or to use the opportunity that you have today in order to be able to continue to achieve what you already know is possible. So utilize that. Understand that that seed is very, very important, because you only get one. But the best thing about that seed is that when you take that seed and you put it down into that ground, it goes into a point where it expands outwardly. So there is going to be work that a lot of people will not see, a lot of people will not respect, a lot of people will never celebrate you for. Because the work that you do in order to better yourself first starts behind closed doors. But the thing about a tree is after it grows and it expands under the ground and the roots get deep and they get stronger and stronger and stronger, it begins to sprout up. And after that tree sprouts up, we have an opportunity from this tree to benefit, where you can have shade just by sitting under the leaves. You can have a logs for a log cabin. You can build a table from this tree. And that is the beautiful thing about the seed. It is unique. All of us have to go through this process, but the way in which we are going to be used based upon our gifts and our talents and our abilities determine how we best utilize our seed. So once again, give all that you have. Dedicate yourself to the process because you can't run from it. It is inevitable. We are all going to have to go through things, but we all have every single thing that we need inside of us to be able to accomplish our wildest dreams. So Woodrow Wilson High School, once again, I celebrate you all today for this magnificent moment, and for everyone that has contributed towards your lives, please make sure that you celebrate them. And lastly, parents, when your kids make it known what their seed is, support them, love them, encourage them, cherish them, because everybody else is going to have negative things to say. Let it not come from your mouth. Let it not come from your mouth. Make sure that they know that you have their back, as you have shown thus far. And I guarantee you, and it will be a process. Quite frankly, I'm hard-headed. I put my mom through a lot, my father through a lot. But once these children express exactly what it is that they want to do, they need your support, regardless of what that looks like. Because that is the part of the tree that they have been able to develop, and it will be a part of the legacy that will be far beyond your time here. So thank you once again, parents. Thank you again, students and faculty and staff. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So on behalf of Woodrow Wilson High School, we want to thank Mr. Corey
Thank you.
for being here, for those encouraging words. I don't know
you.
about y'all, but I was like, amen. I was like at church for a minute there.
I can take you there.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The parents came out. Que estamos aquí. I'm going to say switch back and forth in Spanish. Le damos gracias a Mr. Corey, que esa palabra de animarnos, de decir que esto no es el final, simplemente es el principio de algo más grande. Y aquellos que no entendieron lo que él dijo, ustedes, estudiantes, graduantes, pueden mirar a sus padres y decir, yo hice algo que tú no hiciste. ¿Qué tú crees que es? Se graduaron during a pandemic, durante una pandemia. Eso nunca en la historia de nosotros, que estamos en, más, o sea, mayores, podemos decir que hicimos eso. So, ustedes tienen esa fuerza en sí mismos, lo hicieron, llegaron aquí, and that's what Mr. Corey le estaba diciendo, that use that fact that you can tell your parent, I didn't, I did something you didn't do, which is graduate during a pandemic. So, thank you, sir. I hope this is not the last time that you visit us. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
When you said your age, I was like, oh my God. He could be my son. Lord Jesus, thank God I covered the grace. But yes, I admire your vision, your mission, and just how you share here that we are all capable, we can do, and that the hard times is not for you to stay down, it's to get up and keep moving.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much. I can fist pump you. All right. Thank you guys for coming. Did you have... Okay.
Before we leave tonight, or this afternoon, we have Mrs. Crosby and I, as the senior class advisors, have a Class of 2021 Advisor Award. And this goes out to the student that since freshman year has helped us with things that we needed to accomplish, be it trips or paperwork that need to be done, but she has helped us considerably. So the Class of 2021 Advisor Awards goes to Serenity Smith.